Mr. Chairman, thank you, and thank you to the ranking member here for all that you have done within this committee to ensure that the United States is not left behind in the Arctic space. And when I say Arctic space, I'm not necessarily talking the skies, although that is important too. But more often than not, when we think about the Arctic, we think about the land, we think about the water, we think about the ice. We recognize that we're seeing a little less ice and a little more water, and that means that the responsibilities that the Coast Guard has for ensuring the protection of our homeland as they cover the water, that those assets that are much needed are addressed. We'll have an opportunity to take that up in Homeland Approps in just about an hour or so. But the recognition this morning that we have made a key and a critical step in ensuring that this nation will have an icebreaker for the Arctic with the insertion that you have made, Mr. Chairman, and to the members of the committee of a $1 billion commitment to an icebreaker for the United States of America, an Arctic nation. This is going to be noted around the globe. Because what has been noted up to this point in time is that here we are, a significant presence in the Arctic because of our land mass by way of Alaska, but this is not an Alaska earmark by any stretch of the imagination, and I'd probably be struck down if I were to mention an earmark in this committee. But recognizing that that we have about 2.5 icebreakers that are available to us when it comes to our northern waters. One of them is at dock in Seattle and has been for several years. It's been stripped, it's been cannibalized. The polar sea has been utilized as parts, effectively, for the polar star. The second heavy icebreaker. Well, that heavy icebreaker is on assignment to Antarctica. It's been on assignment to Antarctica for some time. It has about somewhere between 5 to 8 years more useful life in her. And throughout that time, we will not see her in Arctic waters. She will either be in the Antarctic, plowing out, or she will come back to the States for a little bit of rehab and do-over so that she can go back and do the ice breaking that she is called to do. But in the meantime, we do not have a heavy icebreaker in our Arctic waters. None. What we have is the Healy. And the Healy is a medium-strength vessel. It's a research vessel. It is able, and she has demonstrated some remarkable things. But our reality is we are sitting dead in the water when it comes to our ability as a nation to be leading in the Arctic because we simply do not have the infrastructure. So the commitment today to making this a reality is very, very significant. Now, I will note that it is just one, and I don't want to overreach here, but the studies that have come back are that the United States needs 6 icebreakers, 6 heavy, 6 medium. So we're getting a start with our one, and I'm greatly appreciative of it, and very, very pleased that the committee has sought to place this as a priority. But other countries around the world, whether they be Arctic nations like Russia that has some 3 dozen of them, or our Nordic nations that have multiple icebreakers, or China that is building their icebreakers, or India that is looking to build an icebreaker, these other nations are looking to the United States and saying, are you going to be a player in the Arctic or not? And it's a player not only from the perspective of search and rescue, but from national security interests, from environmental interests, and truly a necessity for a host of different reasons. So this is greatly appreciated, and I think will be duly noted, not only by our Arctic friends and neighbors, but others around the world. So I appreciate the committee's attention to that. I also recognize that there are several key provisions that have been included with language related to the Arctic strategy, related to Arctic search and rescue, and related to Arctic maritime domain awareness. We are stepping up and stepping up in the right way, and I think that we in this committee have helped to lead it. So I thank you very much.